There are more than 100 types of arthritis. The most common is degenerative. It's the one that basically makes us feel old. And while there isn't a cure, there are some extremely helpful treatments. And that is where Dr. Lee Thomas comes in, a maximized living specialist. So good to see you, Dr. Lee.
Hey, good to see you. Thanks for having me back.
So this is stunning to me. 67 million people over 18 dealing with arthritis. So first and foremost, what is arthritis? Since so many people have it.
Well, you're right, it is. It's a very, very common problem. In fact, 1 out of 2 doctor visits for people over the age of 18 is because of arthritis. And arthritis, the type we're talking about today specifically, is degenerative arthritis. That's where our body starts to break down before it should.
Okay, so that's another thing leading me into this. Many people think arthritis only affecting the elderly. That is not true.
No, absolutely not. And I did practice in Naples, Florida before I came here, so I can tell you this right now, most everyone in Naples, Florida does have arthritis. However, even in Columbus and in younger people, we're seeing arthritis become more and more prevalent, absolutely.
So how can you be young and get arthritis?
So it's very simple. So arthritis has nothing to do at all with age. I want to break up that common misconception. Arthritis has to do with alignment. And let me explain it to you this way. I have this awesome patient. Her name is Peggy. She's 60 years old, and Peggy has one really bad knee and one really good knee. Okay, so her right knee has arthritis, or the joint is broken down. Normally there should be large healthy joints, and hers is very broken down. And so I look at her, and again, right knee is worn out. She's looking to have surgery. Her left knee is healthy. And I said, Peggy, why do you think your right knee is so bad? And she goes, well, I'm 60 years old. I'm old. And I go, well, I understand that, but if your right knee is 60, how old is your left knee? I promise you it is the same age. So what it has to do with is alignment. For Peggy, for example, she cuts hair all day. She's been doing that for 40 years, loves what she does, but she spends most of her day turned like this. Now, if I put more weight on my right knee versus my left, and I do that for, say, 40 years, do you think it'll last longer or wear out quicker?
It's going to wear out quicker, obviously.
Yeah, that's the problem we see. Now, it's not just the Peggys of the world that have problems with their knee. You look at all the things that we're doing today. We have more desk jobs and computers and cell phones than we've ever had before. So instead of keeping our spine and our body in a healthy alignment, all too often we're shifting it at a very young age. In fact, Harvard says that we shouldn't have our body break down until, get this, 120 years. I don't see,
That's not happening a lot these days.
No, I don't see most people even make it into their 50s or 60s in good health. A lot of times I see people forming arthritis in as early as their late 20s, early 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we fix it? That's the big thing.
So the first thing is this, and I know that when it comes to health, a lot of people tell me, hey, ignorance is bliss, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The first thing is this, is ignorance is not bliss when it comes to this. Most of the time when people finally get checked when they're in their 40s or 50s, the problem's been there for a long time. So really, while you say there is no cure, prevention is the true cure for this. If you never get it in the first place, that's how you really stop it from happening. So obviously the first step is get checked. What I'm specifically talking about checking is the alignment of your body. Your head should sit over your shoulders, should sit directly over your hips. There should be healthy arcs in your spine like this. Now, obviously, we're not all perfect.
Sure.
We have desk jobs and computers, and all of those things over time, the time that we spend stressing ourselves, leads to misalignments in our spine. So what I'm talking about checking is that it doesn't just affect arthritis, but it also affects the integrity of the nerves, which control all the health of your body.
Okay, so you check, you find out you've been doing things wrong, probably, right?
Exactly, yeah, we find out what's going wrong. So the first thing is start to correct the damage wherever it is. And it's never too young or too early to get started. So we start out by correcting the damage that's in your spine or your pelvis or anywhere there. If we align your spine properly, no different than having your car aligned regularly, it's not going to wear out as fast. That's the same thing we see in your spine. So second step is, after getting it checked, get it fixed. The last thing is, let's change your environment. Let's change the things that you've been doing throughout your daily life that are causing that problem in the first place. Meaning, change your ergonomics, change how you're lifting your children, get you lifting weights. Make sure that you're doing the right things to keep your body in shape for a long time. And research shows now, if you do those things, you will last a lot longer in way better health than ever if you didn't.
All right, Dr. Lee, it all sounds great, and you guys have offices around Central Ohio, and you have something called the 5 Essentials exam that'll really help people kind of find out how their spine is, right?
Yeah. So we look at all 5 essentials. The first thing is really your mindset when it comes to health, and that's really one of prevention. The next thing we look at is your spine and nervous system. Then we change ergonomics, nutrition, how you exercise, and also minimizing toxins into your body. We have locations in Marysville, Powell, which is my office, also in Lewis Center, and it's very easy. For anyone who's listening on the show today, normally a full 5 Essentials evaluation where we look at all of those is $250. On the show today, if they call in at the number or go visit our website, just mention they saw us on NBC Daytime Columbus, it's only $99. So it's a great place to get started. This can be their best year ever.
And you know what? If you want to make it to 120, this is the way to start, right?
Yeah, this is a good start for it. We'll do everything we can to get you there, I guess. Yes,
All right. Thanks so
absolutely.
much, Dr. Lee.
Thank you so much for having me.